Now, did you
Right.
did you sing on the Rosie Flores album, Rockabilly Philly, or am I having a senior moment here? I vaguely remember
No,
you.
that's true. That was actually, I had been doing the rockabilly scene in Europe and Scandinavia and Great Britain for from 85 on. I still do. You know, I still go to Europe a lot, but I was going 4 and 5 times a year
Oh
from
wow.
85 to 95. But through Rosie Flores and recording on that album with her, it caused a lot of excitement, and we did a 5 week tour all the way across America. And so she introduced me more or less, or brought me back to introduce me to the new generation here in America of the rockabilly, the young people that love this music and
Yeah.
are, totally into it. And all the venues that I had no idea all this was going on because I'd spent so much time in Europe.
Yeah.
So I was quite thrilled to see these, 20 and 30 something young people knowing my songs and asking for them and singing them along with me, and it was quite exciting.
That's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Uh, it was. It is still.
Yeah. I bet. Where where were you born? Did you grow up in Oklahoma?
Yes, I did. My parents. I'm an only child, but my parents and I moved to California for a few years, and then they came back to Oklahoma, where they were from, and I've been here ever since. I met my husband here, and we made our home here.
Yeah.
So that when we traveled, our children could still have their grandparents and family close by, around them.
Yeah. Great. Are you aware of bands like the Go Go's and the Cramps and the 5, 6, 7, 8s who have all covered your songs? They've done great versions of your songs.
Well, yeah, I'm familiar with some of them, maybe not all, but yeah, the Cramps wanted to be on an album of mine back in 2003 or 4 called Heart Trouble. They expressed the desire to be on the album if I wanted them. And so, of course, I said certainly. And then other artists got on board, Dave Alvin and Lee Rocker,
Oh, okay.
from the Stray Cats, and Elvis Costello,
Great.
and all these people just, coming up out of the woodwork, and that I knew nothing about having influence. They're getting into the rock scene or into music, so that was one of the first big things that began to happen here in America. And then I began, of course, from 95 on, working a lot of the big festivals. I didn't even know that we had, but I've done all the big festivals now, and so I'm well established in America again, which I'm very happy about.
Great. Isn't Dave Alvin wonderful? His King of California album is one of my sort of desert island discs. I just love it. The production's wonderful. He's great.
Yeah, yeah, he truly knows what he's doing. I didn't have the privilege of meeting him or the Cramps because I was there for 10 days or so recording, but they were not available. So they had to come in later and do their part. But I got to meet some of them, and Elvis Costello wanted to make sure that I was at the session where he was singing with me. So we got that accomplished, and I got to meet him, and we became good friends. He became a real advocate for me.
Right.
To help me get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last year.
That's great, isn't it? Congratulations and well done. Well done,
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that was nice. The category they, put me in, the early influence was perfect, and I appreciated that because that was really, I'd never had all the number one hit songs like so many of them had. I didn't have all of that, but I did change a lot of things for women in the 50s with my stepping out, and having the courage to get out there on a limb and change the way we dressed and the way we sang. So I thought they put me in the right category. It was good.
Yeah. And so I would have assumed that you would have opened for Elvis Presley and the $1 Million Quartet or whatever in the early days. Would that have been right? Or
what did you say first?
Were you supporting Elvis Presley on some of your first tours?
Oh yeah. If you mean, I was on the show.
Yeah.
Right. Along with him and Jerry Lee and Carl Perkins and Johnny Cash. Right. And Buddy Holly a little bit later.
Yeah.
Came along and he did some tours with us. So, I got to work with some of the greats.
And a whole bunch of trouble by the sound of it.
A bunch of what?
Trouble. Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee, and it would have been hours of fun.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Right. They weren't in those days, they were just young men, and Johnny was very serious and easygoing, laid back, and Jerry Lee was the wild man,
Yeah.
So each one had their own personality already established, but they were young men and getting started, all of us were, and it was exciting for all of us.
Yeah, I bet. Wanda, I won't bother you anymore, but I really, really appreciate you finding the time to talk to us. And just a reminder for listeners out there that you'll be playing the San Francisco Bathhouse on Monday the 21st of June, which isn't that far away. Doors open at 7 and you're on stage at 8:45, and our support act is the pickup band is Ricky Boyd's Boom Shack Band. So thank you so much for talking to us. I really appreciate it. And
well, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to your country in almost 30 years.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
See you then. Bye.